this has been talked about this week. This has been expected, but there's a new anecdote in the college football playoff expansion contract negotiation situation. So the money got approved today. It was unanimous from all the FBS leagues and Notre Dame as well. The new contract for the college football playoff, which I believe it adds an 8-year contract starting in 2026. So this format and these contracts and these teams and conferences are locked in for a while. That's, I think, a good thing. It could calm a lot of this down, but contracts, I guess, are made to be broken. Anyway, they've agreed to it. It's a $1.3 billion a year deal from ESPN for just the college football playoff. The Big 10 and the SEC, this has been agreed to now. This is final. At the end, though, there's an interesting nugget coming. I'll tell you what that is. 29% of that contract will go to each the SEC and the Big 10, which is just a little more than $21 million per school.
Get some of that TV money, buddy.
Yes, sir. The ACC will get 17%, which is $13 million per school. So Clemson will be $8 million a year just from the college football playoff behind their in-state rival South Carolina, and another $20 to $25 million in conference payout from their in-state rival South Carolina. I'm sure that's sitting well right now with the people at Clemson. The Big 12 will get 15%, which is $12 million per school. The Group of 5 will get 9%, which is $1.8 million per school. And Notre Dame will get $12 million a year. Plus, they will get a $6 million bonus if they are to make the playoffs. So Notre Dame is getting treated like they are a little bit more valuable than your given ACC school, but not as valuable as your SEC school. That is a significant increase. I mean, you're talking about an $800 million per year increase, so a lot more money coming your school's way, including Southern Miss. Here's the anecdote, though. Here's what makes this interesting. They didn't vote to expand. They may not.
Right.
Because ESPN has told them we're not paying more for additional games. So you can play more games. You can welcome more teams into your playoff. The money's the same. And that has caused a hang-up in the expansion. It could stay with 12 until the end of this contract. They haven't decided officially what they're going to do about that yet, but ESPN, if they're being honest, has said no more money. If they mean no more money, 12 might be what we have for the next 10 years.
Maybe it. Which is fine. I'm fine with 12. 12 works for me. I don't have a problem with that. But as we know, if there is more money, if ESPN goes, well, we can come up with a little bit more money, we will immediately go to 14. Doesn't have to be much. Just be like tree fitty.
Yeah.
But if it's that, they'll do it. They'll do it. But the requirements, the what, what's the word I'm looking for here? What it's going to take to get you into the playoff. Yeah, those look good. I'm excited. I'm excited, especially if it's 12. I'm excited. I feel like 14, and I know it's arbitrary, right? Is there really that big a difference between 12 and 14? What's the difference between 5 and 12 versus 5 and 14? I don't know. And if I'm getting an extra quality college football game out of it, I don't really care. But I like where we're at right now. Last week I was worried. I was a little bit worried about the future of the sport. Today I feel a lot more confident.
Yeah, and your buddy Barrett Sully, who's without Kick now, wrote a column today that this shows that the powers that be
Congrats to him, by the way.
Yeah, good for him. The powers that be don't care about making a playoff that crowns a champion. They only care about money. And I just want to grab him and shake him and say, Barrett, what about college football is not about money? What about it is not about money? Why does conference realignment happen? Money. Why do agents hire Jimmy Sexton? Money. Why does Texas A&M expand their stadium? Money. It's all about money. Always. Everything's about money in college football.
I agree with both of y'all. It is all about money, but you could make a much easier case when a 14 playoff that they cared about who won the games.
Yeah.
With a 12-team playoff and a 14-team playoff, the argument is lessened. Chase in Columbus, if you're listening, you're partially right.
Yeah.
You're partially right, friend. There is a lessening of some games, but it's not of all games, and it's certainly not of the top games, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's your news of the day. Your school is getting more money. The gap between your school and the other conferences is separating. And there's nothing anybody can do about it for a period of time. Locking some of this stuff in, I think, is ultimately good for college football. We need to start, I say we, as if we have any say in this, but getting stuff like this locked in and out of the way should allow the people in charge to focus on the most important things that they need to focus on. If we had another round of conference realignment during this trying to get the portal under control. I mean, if we were doing all of this at the same time, it would just be too much. So getting this out of the way, this is done. It's locked in. The conferences are locked in. The money's agreed to. This is all behind us. Now they can hopefully focus on getting some control back. So we will have to see. 60187.